Welcome to another edition of Smell the Coffee. It's quarter to Friday, and yes, we are so excited because, you know, the weekends are our favorite time of the week. My name is Aina Raizakoyo alongside Diana Master, and today we will be discussing our longest relationships, be it friendships, be it sisterhoods, be it, you know, neighborhoods, be it partnerships with whatever it may be it like a employment relationship.
Yeah, it could actually be, yeah.
What has been your longest relationship?
My longest relationship, let me see. I'm trying to think. Because the thing is, I've had like a lot. But I would say my friends from primary school. I've had friends from preschool, literally, and we're still friends. So we always make this joke. We have a group, like a WhatsApp group, that is called Tasara, which directly translates to "we've been left behind." Because the thing is, all of our colleagues and all of our friends are, every other day someone is announcing that they're getting married or they got engaged. So it's just us and when the group were like, but guys, what's going on? It's just us. So that's basically, I think I would say that definitely is my longest relationship, I would say, with those 4 friends of mine. We've been through the most together. We've seen each other at each other's worst moments, at each other's best moments, and we basically made a pact that when either one of us gets married, we're going to be bridesmaids. So that's basically like a bridesmaids group for whoever. If I'm getting married, they're my bridesmaids. If my friend is getting married, we are her bridesmaids. It's like a pact.
Nice, that's nice. I also have friends, not from primary school, but from high school. Those are my longest lasting friends. Yeah, they're also my sisters now. We've become family.
Exactly.
My longest, I've never had a long relationship with a man. All of them have been short-lived. I've never been in a relationship for over a year.
You know, but why are you dating a man for 4 years? What are you studying a module? What is this? Please,
we are trying to get married, Mos. It's fine.
No, but you can't date for 4 years. I say this because I feel like the right person will know. Like, you know, you and I get in a relationship, immediately I'll be like, I want to marry her.
Yes.
Or that is not the girl. The minute you're like, no, I'm still seeing how things are gonna go, that's not your person. Because with your person, it's like, listen,
you know when you know. You have a knowing.
You have a knowing.
Yeah.
I've always said I would want a short relationship, but a long engagement. I don't mind a long engagement period. Right? Like we date for, let's say, I'm not dating a man for more than a year. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm not.
We date for 6 months?
Date for 6 months, propose, we're engaged, and then for like
2 years.
A year or 2 years, we're planning the wedding.
Okay.
You know my wedding.
I think your wedding is a whole chapter. It's a whole book. On its own. But for me, I think, I don't know, I'd first like to date you long enough and maybe possibly live together with you. And then I can know, is the person that I really want to marry. I don't want to get into something and then end up being surprised during the process.
Because also living with someone, you really learn a lot about someone. But that's the thing, right? If the person is, like, if you have that sense of knowing, like, okay, this is my person. And then, of course, once you start living together, just because they're your person, it doesn't mean everything about them is absolutely perfect. That's when you're like, okay, I see that you like to leave your socks everywhere. Please pick them up. You find ways to compromise.
Yes.
But I understand what you're saying, that you need to live with the person so that you see, okay, is this something that I'm willing to accept or not?
All righty, what are you willing to accept? Halle Berry's husband was requested. No, actually, Halle Berry is now paying the husband $8,000
in alimony,
in child support.
Oh, whoa!
$8,000, not Namibian dollars, US dollars. We get into that story after the break.
In the heart of Africa lies a land of timeless beauty. Welcome to Namibia. where nature's wonders unfold. A land of breathtaking deserts, untamed wilderness, and ancient traditions. Beneath its surface, Namibian diamonds, crafted by nature, coveted by the world. A testament of time. An extraordinary giveaway. Namibia Diamond Trading Company is giving you the chance to win a polished diamond valued at 100,000 Namibian dollars. To enter, simply scan the QR code, send a WhatsApp to 085-785-6231 with hashtag diamond and follow the on-screen instructions. Discover the magic of these unique diamonds. From the heart of Namibia to yours.
We start off our stories on a good note. Serena Williams gives birth to second child with husband Alexis Ohanian and reveals their daughter's beautiful name. Serena has welcomed her second child with husband Alexis Ohanian. The tennis icon, 41, confirmed her pregnancy in May at the Met Gala beside the Reddit co-founder 40, unveiling her baby bump in the most stylish way possible. After the couple held an iconic gender reveal party, they shared a video on TikTok earlier today revealing their baby girl named Adira River Ohanian had arrived earlier. In the brief clip, which was set to Bazi's hit Beautiful, the pair could be seen having a catch-up with their eldest daughter, Alexis Olympia.
That is so sweet.
I don't know if we can actually just play the video briefly. It was supposed to be like, it's such a cute moment. Look at that.
Aww.
Guys, love is nice.
Love, it's giving.
It's giving.
Love is giving, guys.
So she's going to be an older sister to baby Adira River. I think it's a beautiful name, Adira River.
Sabawell.
Because even the oldest daughter, Olympia, I like the name Olympia.
Olympia.
It's really
Nice.
So in that video, she comes back with her second baby. And it's so cute.
That is so cute.
Yeah.
Family
Goals.
family goals, a family portrait.
Exactly.
All right, moving over to our next story. After 8 years of battling in the courts, Halle Berry and Olivia Martinez have reportedly officially finalized their divorce. The two married in 2013 and filed for divorce 2 years later. Reportedly, the divorce took so long to proceed due to unresolved custody issues, but now that it's all said and done, the Catwoman actress must pay her ex $8,000 a month in child support for their 9-year-old son, Maceo. She was also ordered to pay 4.3% of any income she makes above $2 million as additional child support. Halle is also responsible for Maceo's private school tuition, school uniform, and school supplies, along with his health insurance, uncovered medical expenses, and 100% of their 9-year-old extracurricular activities. The actress also reportedly voluntarily agreed to contribute $55,000 towards her ex-husband's legal fees. While this sounds like a lot, it is reported that Halle is worth over $90 million.
Yo.
It's the yo at the same time.
Yeah. You know what? I just thought of that video that's trending of that kid that goes, yo. Like, I mean.
It's a lot of money, hey.
Wow. I don't know what to
Help
to
me
say.
understand. So if I'm paying you $8,000 for child support, why do I need to still pay private school tuition, school uniform, school supply, and other extracurricular activities?
Exactly.
Okay, what is the
Exactly.
8,000
What's the
for?
8,000 for then? Because honestly speaking, don't get me wrong, I'm not a lawyer, I don't know how the legal system works, but my understanding is that with child support, the money that whoever pays the other, that money is supposed to cover the food, the school fees or whatever it is.
Mm.
So are they saying that the 8,000 is just for food and I guess rent? Probably if they're renting a place. I don't know.
Which food are you eating that costs 8,000?
Like,
Ah.
because now I'm paying for the kids' private school.
Mm.
I'm paying for extracurricular activities.
Maybe it's
I'm
not
paying
enough.
for healthcare. And
Maybe the
healthcare in America is expensive.
Maybe
so
the 8,000 is really just like
for vibes.
for vibes. It's like
Sabawa.
change. Maybe
Sabawa.
change in case the baby maybe wants an extra white shirt. Then we take from the 8,000. I think.
Because I would assume that with people like Halle Berry, they have trusts set up for their kids, right? That if anything happens to them, the kid is well taken care of. So now, I just need to understand what this 8,000 is for. Like, I need a detailed description.
That's
I think
what
that's
I
my
also
problem.
want to understand.
My problem is I'd be there in the court and I'd be like, okay, fine. They want 8,000. All right, cool. I'm not going to fight it. But explain to me what exactly the 8,000 is for. Like, I need a detailed description. Because
Same.
if I'm paying for school fees and all these other
Uniform.
things, uniform,
Everything else, extracurricular activities. If the child goes to rugby, at rugby, then I'm paying for that rugby. I'm paying for
the
the
uniform,
food, for the uniform,
the
or
trips.
for the like. Okay, and then the 8,000.
Wait, but does the kid stay with the dad?
He has now full custody, so
The father has full custody.
Yes.
Okay, so then that makes sense because then that money is supposed to be basically for the month, like for food and groceries and things like that. Like just day-to-day living expenses.
But isn't uniform and all the other things also day-to-day living expenses?
No, because uniform you buy like what once, let's just say once every 3 months. Which is
Okay.
not even realistic because uniform you buy like at the beginning of the year and that should carry them through the rest of the year. So I think the 8,000 is basically just for day-to-day living expenses. He needs to, I guess, put fuel in the car so that he can go pick up the kid
Kid
from
from
school,
school.
things like that.
Let
Okay,
the
if you put it
child-
like that, it makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, now closing off our top stories, girls gone wild. Women arrested after clogging a restaurant toilet. 5 women and a toilet. What could possibly go wrong? Well, in this instance, a whole lot. On Saturday, a group of 5 women clogged the toilet of a chicken wing restaurant called Papa B's in Florida. It can only be Florida. According to an arrest report obtained by Fox 35, the women intentionally stuffed a whole lot of toilet paper in the toilet. The restaurant supervisor told police officers that it could only be those women because they were the only people inside the restaurant at the time. After an employee cleaned the toilet, one of the women went back inside the bathroom and stuffed more toilet paper into the toilet. This happened around 9 p.m. The supervisor told the women to leave since it was almost closing time. He then found out that the toilet was clogged again. When they were told to leave, one of the women punched the supervisor in the face and the other women joined kicking, punching, pulling hair and throwing things, authorities said. They're charged with disorderly conduct, battery and criminal mischief.
What is the reason?
It's Florida. That's the only reason I can give. It's Florida. A lot of things happen in Florida, and I don't understand what is happening. Like, the air in Florida is just different, okay? It's just
Why
different.
are you intentionally in your right mind
stuffing a
clogging
toilet with toilet paper?
Yeah.
What do you gain? Why?
Why you leave home, really? From home, you say to yourself, I'm going to the restaurant and I'm
gonna
going
go
to
clog that
you spend
toilet.
cab money or petrol.
And you tell yourself, you know what, today I'm going to go clog that toilet.
This
I'm
is
going to
what you
clog
do.
it so hard. And it's like, okay, but why?
That is what you do in your free time.
Or like, be arrested for stealing toilet paper. Okay, it's fine. You didn't have toilet paper at home. Why are you clogging the toilet? What do you gain? You just like making other people miserable?
Freedom is sweet, guys. Let's not do things that
Imagine
will
getting a
take us
criminal
to
record.
prison.
Imagine
or
getting a
jail.
criminal record for clogging a toilet.
Imagine.
Like, why are you
It's
ruining
so
your future
strange.
for that?
That is such strange behavior.
But that brings us to the end of our top stories. Please don't go out clogging other people's toilets. It's not a good look. But we will be right back with an interesting interview after the break.
Well, we are talking all about wellness today, and I am joined by Wavi, and we're going to be talking about a wellness summit. And I have to say, I'm excited because we get to define what wellness means to you, not just my definition, but whatever it is you define as wellness. How are you doing, Wavi?
Very well. How are you, Diana?
I'm good. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me too.
All right, so you have a summit that is taking place in Karibib later
Yes.
on. Tell us all about the summit.
All right. So I started a Living Well platform. It's actually more about inspiring, it's more about educating, it's more about encouraging people on how to live a fulfilling life. So actually defining the word, what it means to you as an individual, like living well, what does it mean, and so on. So it has, it involves a lot of things when we talk about living well. So does it mean because I have more money? Does it mean because I'm in good health? Or, you know, certain things. So every person and individual define it differently. And sometimes we sit there and think that having one of the pillar in terms of wellness is actually the best. And at the end of the day, we really need that well-balanced life as an individual. So the summit is going to be in Karibib. The summit is going to be an information sharing event. It's a social event, but it's more about information. It's about bringing information to our people, you know, in Karibib and the community around Karibib. Information on mental health, information on financial literacy, and information on building and maintaining healthy relationship. So it's going to be in Karibib.
I like that you did say that it's going to be taking place in Karibib because, you know, most of the times events like this take place in Windhoek. And not everyone can afford to attend. Not everyone has that privilege of traveling all the way down to Windhoek for a summit. Not everyone can afford it. Not everyone can find a place to stay. So it's good that it is centered around Karibib and for the people of Karibib.
Yeah, that is so true. So for me, it's a passion to see people living in their full, you know, purpose and so on. And also what I've recognized among our town in Karibib, there's a lot of lack of knowledge in terms of mental health and lack of knowledge in terms of how we need to handle our finances and so on. So I believe that it's also very crucial that we bring this information to our own people to help and better our communities and so on. Yeah.
Definitely,
Yeah.
it is needed.
Yeah.
So why would you say these events and these topics are so important to discuss? Like, we know generally, yeah, it's good to discuss, but we need like an in-depth explanation as to why, why topics like this are crucial.
Yeah. So these events give us access to a lot of information that helps, that becomes tools in our daily life to better our life, you know, for growth purposes, for healing also. And it helps us also to recognize what we need as individuals, you know. So these events help us, give us also an opportunity to meet other people. You know, sometimes when you talk about something, you are not sure whether you're the only person going through that, ne? And that event will give you that opportunity to relate to
so many people.
Yeah, to so many people, understanding that actually we all go through the same thing and so on. So these events are very important to help us actually, you know, better our life and so on. So the topics that we'll be focusing more in terms of mental health, I've also noticed that in terms of lack of knowledge, like I've mentioned before, there's also a stigma around, especially mental health in men, especially in our community, you know. You need to man up, you need to be strong.
You can't cry,
you
you
need
can't
to
show
show up.
emotion.
You can't show up. You need to be strong, you need to show that you're man, you know, and things like that. And these gentlemen, they end up breaking down. So in our town recently, we had recorded a lot of suicide, you know, and it's also mostly caused by mental health. But do we know what mental health is?
Yes.
Or do we only think that, you know, I'm from a background where people think when you have mental issues, it's like you are being witched or so on, you know, things like that. So also to create that safe space for men to open up, through this difficult conversation and understand that
It is
you know,
okay,
it is
it's
okay,
normal.
yes, to
Yeah.
talk about it. It is okay to recognize it. It is also okay to seek for help. Yeah. So, and then we also discuss building and maintaining healthy relationship. So we're looking at a lot of things. We're looking at relationships at our workplaces. We're looking at relationships in our homes. We're looking at relationships in our community, relationships between partners and all those things and so on. What does it mean when we talk about a healthy relationship? What are those things that we look at in terms of a healthy relationship? And also one of the burning issues, which is financial literacy, you know. So I always say that sometimes when you're broke, you just don't even know how to how to show
pay
up.
attention. Someone said, I'm too broke, I can't even pay attention.
Exactly. And when I have money in my account, I never go hungry.
You never go hungry. I mean, you never go hungry. You know, it's always the thing of on payday, you buy all the groceries and you still eat takeout to celebrate the groceries that you bought.
You know, so finances is it's a big issue. It's a burning issue. It's a burden. You would have an individual thinking, only if I could get an income of 80 to 100K, for example, then I would have made it, or things would be fine.
Yes.
But then we sit in places where an individual with such an income is unable to live within their means, you understand, or is unable to come by. They are actually desiring to have your life and so on. So we will unpack a lot of things in terms of us understanding our money, what is the importance of budgeting, and what is the importance of managing debts, you know, things like that. We're so thankful that the repo rate has not increased, but it has really affected us. So such information are important, that what does it even mean when all these interest rates and things like that are going up, and how do we, you know,
because I mean, we read about it in the paper, but do you actually know what it means?
Yeah.
And I like that you brought up healthy relationships, because my idea of a healthy relationship most of the times isn't necessarily what's healthy, because also outside factors influence my idea of a healthy relationship. So it's good that, you know, with such a summit, all these issues are being unpacked and explained to people in depth, so that it's not just my idea of, okay, this is a healthy relationship. And I actually know, okay, oh, whoa, that is actually not a healthy relationship. This is what a relationship is supposed to be like. So who can join? Is the summit open to anyone and everyone?
Everyone is welcome. You know, we like hosting a lot of events for women.
Yes.
So I'm also one of those people who believe like women have gotten a lot of information, but then we prepare you for greater things and so on, and then you meet up, you know, the gents out there. They are not yet groomed nicely and so on. But anyways, to come to your question, is that the event is open to anyone, ladies, gents, everyone is welcome. Just
So when is it taking place, and what are the costs?
All right. So the summit is in Karibib. It's taking place on the 2nd of September. And the fee is $400 per person. That includes the refreshment and so on. So we will be starting at 10 a.m. until 1500.
Until 1500 hours.
Yes.
All right. And where exactly? I know you said in Karibib, but where exactly?
So in Karibib, it's at Karibib, Kleppenberg Country Lodge.
Okay.
Yes, that's where it's going to be.
On the 2nd of September.
On the
Where
2nd
can
of
people
September.
get tickets? How
All
do
right.
they?
So on the tickets, you can contact myself on the poster that I have that I will share later. It's on my status. But I do have some of my friends selling the tickets around the town in Karibib itself. You know, it's a small town. I think you know everyone and so on. But yeah, so the tickets are available and I can be contacted directly.
And then they can get the tickets.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Wavi, for joining me
much.
today. And, you know, really talking about things that matter and things that we need to dissect, discuss, and, you know, really get into depth about these things.
Thank you so much, Diana.
All right.
Yes,
Just stick around. We'll be right back with more Smell the Coffee after the break.
Welkom jullie, mijn naam is Brian Munango en ik is jullie aanbieder voor Gooi Kolen. Dit is donderdagse sportstrijf noemen. Einde van hierdie programma zal ik en hoe om Frans te praten. Je m'appelle? Je bent?
Le Jean.
Je raad je me ko.
Is dit nou onderbroek?
Blijf geschakeld. We zien jullie weer vrijdag volgende week. Gooi kool.
Well, that's it for today's episode of Smell the Coffee. You can catch us again tomorrow, same time, same place. On that note, it's all our love, all our light, and adios.